Hello, my friends. Anna, Alchemist of the Arts here. Welcome. Whether you are new or whether you're returning, it is wonderful to have you here. And I know it's been a minute, but it felt really important that I do a full moon eclipse energy, intuitive energy update for you. I haven't done one in a little while, but I think with the way the energies are at the moment, it feels quite necessary. So even though this is time specific, if you are watching this or finding this much later than the 5th of May 2023, then that's okay, because some of these themes that are being begun now, some of the changes in our lives that are starting right now are going to carry through across several years. So I definitely think it would be worthwhile watching. There could be a message or something that clicks for you. So important to note that I'm an intuitive. These are my thoughts, feelings, and experiences and channeled messages that I feel guided to share with you. Okay, there has been a lot of frenetic energy about, and it is causing and triggering behaviors in some people that we might not have seen before. On a personal level, trying to stay calm and centered is always the energy of the day, regardless of whether there's an eclipse or a retrograde or whatever. But at the present moment, it really feels like there is an awful lot of focus being pulled onto life changes that we can make. Now, I work with the runes, and the energy that is coming through is very much the Northeast rune. So this can feel like a great need for change, like something is missing from our lives, and a realization of what it is that we are missing or craving or wishing, longing to experience. This will feel different for everybody. Like, it could hit different parts of our lives, but it could be work, it could be career. Some of us might decide to retrain in different areas. This also could be a focus on our own spiritual growth and healing, and ending cycles that have been really weighing on us for a very long period of time. And this will come, it feels like for most of us, as a sudden epiphany, an in your face kind of realization message. It could be something that you have experienced before, that the universe kind of dangles as a carrot in front of you. I don't believe that there are any coincidences. So if you were finding a message, if you receive a message, it can be through a conversation with somebody else, something comes through for you and you're just like, whoa, that really hits. And it makes you think, and it makes you feel or experience things differently, then it could be a really powerful time to take note of what it is that's coming through. And then I think a lot of us are going to decide where it is that we want to begin to make those changes. Now, there's a couple of different themes and situations and energies that keep being shown to me with particular phrases. The first of all is sometimes we really have to go to rock bottom, or things have to completely break down in order for us to see a particular perspective or to see how something wasn't working. And this, again, is like a revelation of truth. And it can be a very hard truth, but it's coming with this very, very important reminder that no matter where we are with things, no matter what is going on, there is the potential for change. Now, we can't change the entire world around us, but we can change ourselves. We can change our situation. We can change our experiences by taking control over how we choose to respond or react to a situation, a stimulus, a circumstance. But the most important thing that keeps coming through is that this is not likely to happen overnight. These kinds of changes, this is very much the Athala rune keeps coming through. These kinds of changes are something that can progress over a period of time. We might be initiating change at this time, or having realizations that are going to trigger us to initiate change, to plant new seeds, to decide to take a different path or take new actions, to create change within ourselves. And that will lead to a brand new pathway, a brand new journey. But it's important to remember that, in a world where everything is so instantaneous, we can receive instant feedback for the things that we do. We get an instant response. We post something to social media and we get instant gratification by likes and comments or anything like that. Sometimes we have to look beyond that immediate kind of gratification. Sometimes we're choosing to invest in something that we might not get an immediate reward for or result from, and you might not see it. And this is another huge theme that's coming through. It's planting these seeds as acts of faith. And I'm very much getting Frey energy, the god Frey in the Nordic pantheon and the old Germanic tradition. It's very much feeling like this potential for fertile possibility, for new beginnings, for growth and potential, but we might not see an immediate reward for it. And I think that's where so many of us become disheartened. It's where so many of us choose to give up, or begin to believe that things aren't going to work out, or aren't going in our favor in some way. And actually, it's that we're wired in a way now where that kind of delayed gratification or delayed reward, or just seeing it, is something that it can be a signal to us that, oh, this isn't working, it's not happening now, it's not working. Actually, we need to continue to invest our energy upon a pathway because we know it's aligned with us, we know it's the right thing for us to do, or we know it's the way in which we're being called. As I said at the beginning, some people might be feeling like it's time to retrain, or to redirect their energy and their focus through their careers, or through the ways in which they're helping and serving others, which is for many of us tied to our careers, but it could also be tied to family life. There's so many different considerations, and the important thing is to focus on our longevity, our long-term goals. And yes, there is so much in the world outside of us that we cannot control, but this is fertile ground for planting seeds that will grow over the course of our lifetimes, or at least over the next few years. And that it makes it a really powerful time to create these changes, knowing with faith that we're going to continue to invest our energy, to invest and work upon what it is that we're doing, and recognize and honor that these cycles, again, now we're getting the Daga's rune, honoring that these cycles and Yira will change, that there is no promise of good times in any point of life, or that things will be plain sailing, no matter how much spiritual growth work you have done, or personal and professional development work. It's not going to guarantee that the world outside you is absolutely perfect. The reason we do this is to give ourselves resilience, is to give ourselves skills, it's to give ourselves the belief and the ability in self that we can be strong, that we can overcome difficult times and challenges, and that we can see and have faith and trust beyond the scene and the literal moments, even when things are challenging or difficult. So it's not to say that having we do have to apply logic to situations when we become aware that something isn't working. And I think that's the majority of the energy of the moment, is recognizing where we've been investing our energy into things that perhaps haven't worked. And then with compassion and almost a renewed vigor saying, okay, I accept that. I can grieve that loss. If it was a relationship, or a connection, or a partnership even, I can grieve that loss, and I can add this to my wealth of experience. And I know that I have the potential to change. I have the potential to change my entire life in this moment. There is nothing beyond the scope of my ability from coming within myself, that I can physically and believe in myself and go and do something different, choose a different path, pursue a different course, whether that's healing we need to do, or practical study that we need to do. There is always a way to do things, and it's about getting out of our own way in order to put ourselves in that space. And like I said, I'm going to come back to this point because it feels like one of the most important points coming through, is that nothing is beyond the point of change or potential. But we have to understand and recognize that this kind of work and the energy that we're investing is not, sometimes we don't get an immediate result from that. And that's where this question of faith comes in. And it's faith in self. It's faith in the universe, faith in the weird, faith in your gods, guides, guardians, ancestors, faith in knowing that your path, even though there may be difficulties or challenges that you've already overcome, that you can foresee that you will have to overcome, it's not about having an easy path and knowing that you have an easy path ahead. It's knowing that you have the skills in order to get through what you need to get through. So that will, as I keep saying, affect everybody differently, because everybody will be having things come to the surface in different areas of their life. That's what eclipses do. They illuminate, they bring things to the surface, they bring the unseen to focus. So whatever is coming to the surface right now, it could be stuff from the past. We could be getting frustrated. We could feel like, why am I dealing with this again? I've dealt with this already. And there can come with a great deal of frustration. But it's not to lose hope, and it's not to lose faith, because there is so much that we can yet do. There is so much that we can yet change. And no matter how many times we can go through a similar experience, sometimes we need to revisit a particular energy or pattern in our lives in order to overcome it. Again, in the sense of instant gratification, it would be wonderful if we could get things first time. Sometimes we do, but in all reality, sometimes we need to revisit these things on multiple occasions in order to fully cement an experience, a learning, and to choose a different course when it comes to making decisions that could either have us going back into old patterns or choosing a new one. It's like anything, to create a new habit takes time, whether that's energetic or otherwise, whether it's through our thoughts or otherwise. So, don't get frustrated and despondent with yourself if old or familiar themes or feelings, negative ones particularly, are coming up. It's only coming up to show you something. It always comes with opportunity, and that's the opportunity for growth and potential. So I'm going to leave this here for you. Thank you for listening. If you've made it all the way to the end, I do really appreciate that. As ever, I offer different kinds of readings. I offer rune and tarot readings. All of my official links are in the description box below. There is only one me, and all of my official accounts are listed. So anybody else that contacts you, tries to sell you services or readings or whatever, it's not me. So please be careful and mindful, imposters and scammers. And if you want to check over on my Instagram, all of my artwork, latest artwork, the things that I'm working on, wood carving, and all other shenanigans that I get up to in the pursuit of my creative energy, will be over there. So feel free to go check those out too. But thanks for listening. I hope you can ride through these eclipse energies and come out the other side feeling empowered at the changes you've been able to make in your life, and to see and nurture those seeds of growth and everything that's going to come from them, because we have so much power in this present moment to shift where we're headed. But there is that question of faith in believing that where we're going is where we hold in our heart, and the vision that we are holding, and just keeping a hold of that. So, right, lots of love, and I'll speak to you really soon. Take care. Bye-bye.